Hi, hello, my name's Robin Lambert. I'm 17 years old and living with cerebral palsy, but you guys know me as the T-Rex and you're watching my T-Rex life. Okay guys, it's been a little while since I last made a video, with it being Christmas and New Year's and everything, but I'm back and ready to go. I'm wearing my T-Rex t-shirt, so I'm more ready than ever. Today, because I've been working so hard on setting up and creating the Cerebral Posse lately, the online Cerebral Posse, which if you don't know what it is, check the links down below. I'll put the video down there about what the posse is. But because I've been working so hard recently on setting that up, today I wanted to talk to you guys about the importance of having a community of people with cerebral palsy that you know, have dialogue together and talk to each other and make videos together, and or whatever sense of community you guys know of, where it's a group of people, you know, with cerebral palsy. There's a number of reasons why I think this is important. For myself, I joined this community, or now created this online posse, because I think it's a great tool to learn. You know, I know a lot of you are apprehensive about, like, getting involved in these kind of things, because, you know, I had the same apprehensions when I started. You know, I don't want to define myself by my disability solely, so why would I start talking to a group of people just because the only one thing we have in common is cerebral palsy? It seems a little bit odd, but then once you do it and you get in there, it's really beneficial, and that's what I'm going to explain today. I basically started making YouTube videos and started getting involved in this YouTube community, and on Tumblr talking to different people with cerebral palsy, because I wanted to learn more about my disability, and not so much in the sense of, you know, this is what your disability is, these are the scientific facts behind it, but more so like different people's mindsets and views of their disability, and different perceptions people had of disability, and you know, I wanted to learn more about the social model of disability, and sort of more about the identity that comes with having a disability like cerebral palsy. And along the way I learned all of that. You know, I watched videos of people you know, just telling their stories about living with a disability, and, you know, I could pick the similarities and be like, wow, yeah, you know, although having cerebral palsy doesn't make us all the same, the situation that having cerebral palsy puts us in life means that we share a lot of challenges, and we do end up having a lot of similarities. You know, I've found that a lot of teens and kids and that with CP, they're very involved in like drama or art or, you know, sport, and it's because it's a way to sort of express themselves outside of their disability, if you kind of understand what I mean. Like, you know, you can choose how you want to position yourself with your disability. You can choose whether, you know, how you want to show yourself. And, you know, I also learnt, like, you know, the similar challenges that we share, how other people deal with those, and that helped me to deal with my own challenges that I had in my own life because of my disability. And also things like, you know, you think, oh man, like, why do I do that? It's so weird. But then when you talk to a bunch of other people with CP, it's like, oh no, that isn't because I'm weird, that's just like a CP thing. Like, we all kind of do that. And yeah, like, so I've just really learned heaps, and, like, obviously I was going through a stage where I was thinking, when I first started this, where I was thinking about my disability a lot, and I was thinking about my identity and whether my disability should be a part of my identity. And through watching other people's videos and getting other people's opinions and seeing how other people put themselves out there, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned how I want to portray myself and how I want to include disability in my life, and what it means to me to be a person with cerebral palsy. So I think it's really been beneficial for me, and I think it can really be beneficial for a lot of other people to just speak to other people with cerebral palsy and get involved in these communities, and see what other people have experienced, and, you know, how that might be able to help you. Another reason I think that it's important to have a cerebral palsy community is because we're always going on, like, you know, I've seen in the videos that people make and things like that, about how we want more things like representation in the media for people with disabilities. And, you know, sure, it's fair enough for you to come out there and be like, yeah, you know, I think that people with disabilities should be more represented in the media because we're the biggest minority in the world. But at the end of the day, you know, the people who make these shows and the people that, you know, control the media aren't going to pay attention unless there's a lot of people demanding the same thing at the same time. And I think slowly, you know, with more people being out there and being upfront about their disability and what they want as a disabled person, it's slowly happening. But I think for us to want these things, we've got to really come together as a united group of people and just demand them and explain why we think it's important as a, you know, as a community that these things happen. So, you know, the more voices, you know, the more power your argument is going to have. So that's another reason why I really think it's important. Like, together I think we could achieve a lot more than you might be able to achieve on your own. And that, don't get me wrong, some, like, you know, there's amazing disability activists out there that have achieved so much on their own, like like Stella Young, who sadly passed away recently, and a lot of other people, but, you know, I think together we can achieve a lot more, and a lot more can be done in a shorter space of time. So, you know, and this is why I'm, like, saying, it's not just important to have, like, a cerebral palsy community, but I think it's important just to have a disability community in general. Because, you know, like I said, we all kind of share the same sort of challenges and sometimes struggles. So yeah, that's really why I think I would encourage you guys to hit me up, you know, drop me an email, come and talk to me on Tumblr, just come and say hi, and you know, maybe start making videos or just get involved in some kind of community. There's, you know, there's many forms of these communities out there. It doesn't have to be this one or the Cerebral Posse or, you know, whatever. It can be whatever you want, but I just think it's important to sort of stay connected, and, you know, I think you might make some really great friends out of it, because I know how I have. I didn't go in there to make friends, I went in there to learn, but I've come out with some people that I would truly consider really great friends, and I think are just really rad people, and, you know, it turns out I do share a lot in common with a lot of people that other than just my disability. And, you know, I've learned about my identity, I've figured out more to me what it means to have a disability and what I want out of life, and, you know, what I want as a disabled person and what I think matters as a disabled person. And I've learned so much about the social model of disability and how empowering that can be. So I'm gonna just put it out there, just get in touch, come say hi, get involved in the community, come and join the Cerebral Posse, because we're always after more people, and stay shiny, guys, because I love you.